We would like to begin by acknowledging that the land on which we live is the traditional unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people. The Mayor, Council, and staff of Heron Bay acknowledge and pay respect to the elders and descendants past and present of this land. We welcome you all today as we strive to develop closer relationships with the Indigenous people in our community.
Is it working? Yeah. Nous voulons d'abord reconnaître que le territoire sur lequel nous vivons est une terre non cédée du peuple Mi'kmaq. Le maire et le conseil, le personnel de BDRon reconnaissent et respectent les aînés et les descendants passés et présents de cette terre. Nous vous souhaitons la bienvenue à tous aujourd'hui, alors que nous nous efforçons de développer des relations plus étroites avec les membres de notre communauté.
Thank you. So now we will move to the approval of the agenda. Oh, sorry. We will now move to the approval of the agenda. Nous allons l'approbation de l'ordre du jour. Est-ce que j'ai quelqu'un qui peut proposer l'ordre du jour?
Je la propose, Gaétan Pelletier.
Proposé par Gaétan Pelletier, conseillère Pelletier, et appuyé par...
Conseiller Clem Tremblay.
Seconded by Councillor Clem Tremblay. I would ask that when you vote in favor or against, if you would just, I'll go each one of you and you'll raise your hand if you're in favor. Are you in favor? We'll start down at that end. When? Favor? En faveur. So everybody's in favor. So nobody against. Motion carried. So we'll move to the adoption of the minutes, the adoption de procès-verbaux du Réunion du 20 avril from the public meeting of April the 20th. I would ask for somebody to move the motion to accept the minutes. Moved by Councillor Lavigne. Do I have a seconder?
I second.
Seconded by Councillor McNair. All those in favor, I'll just go down, just raise your hands. En faveur. Councillor Lavigne. Favor. So all in favor? No one against the motion, so the motion is carried. So, conflict of interest declarations. Do we have anybody here who was in a conflict? Councillor Lavigne?
I have one. When the part comes up about the Recuplex, I'll be leaving the room because I am the president of the Recuplex till July 6th. So anything to do with the Recuplex at this meeting, I will not be in here on it. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Lavigne. So we will make note of that, that Councillor Lavigne will leave the meeting when we come to that subject. Next is delegations, petitions, and presentations. And this evening, we are glad to welcome the Royal Canadian Legion Branch number 17, who will speak on their 100th anniversary celebration. Ce soir, nous avons la Légion royale canadienne numéro 17, la célébration du 100e anniversaire cette année. Ça fait, vous pouvez venir, gentlemen, you can sure come and to the podium.
I'm good. All right, can everybody hear me? Okay. Your Worship, councillors, and citizens of Dalhousie, my name is Claude Philippe. I'm the chairman for the 100th anniversary of the Royal Canadian Legion Branch 17. Our plan for this celebration is going to happen on Sunday, the 19th of July. Le 19 de juillet de cette année. I've already contacted a few organizations, but one that I have to ask is for permission to use the Rotary Park. I thought it was done through the Rotary Club, but I guess it belongs to the town. So that's one thing that I'll be asking for tonight. The plan of events is going to go as follows. At 11 o'clock in the morning at the Legion, we will be raising the 100th anniversary Legion flag. Donc, à 11 heures du matin, on va monter le drapeau du centenaire de la Légion. After that, we will proceed to the Rotary Park. Après ça, on va venir au parc, where we will have hot dogs and beverages, pop and water for everybody that's here. I'm expecting 300 to 400 people. We will have music. The president will address the crowd. And then after that, we will have music from El Torpedoes. Okay, so they're a local band. Daniel Fontaine. Yeah. So they will be playing in the park until 2 o'clock. At 2:30, everybody's invited to come to the Legion. We will have entertainment there with Roger Pete until 6 o'clock. Bar will be open, therefore it will have to be 19 and over. At the same time, we will be doing a cutting of the ribbon for our memorial hall. So in the hallways in the back, myself and a few members, we are working on putting all the veterans pictures that we have. They'll be divided as you come in. There'll be the Afghan vets, World War I vets, the war brides and their husbands. Then after that, we'll have the Second World War vets, the Korean vets, and then all the regular service members from the Halsey. Hopefully by then, too, we will have another wall with some of our associates on it. Everybody is welcome to come and see this ceremony. Look at the pictures. And some pictures, we don't have names on them. Not sure who they are. If anybody spots anything, or if anybody has a member that is not up there, bring the picture down. We have plenty of room. So therefore, I've already contacted, obviously, the town, the Lions Clubs, the Rotary Club. I'll be bringing a letter to the fire department in Halsey and in Charlotte. We're also going to be inviting, because they don't have a ceremony planned up there, the veterans from Campbellton. Okay, they don't have as big a Legion as we do, so they're not planning anything. Now all of this is coming at no cost to anybody. I have a grant from Veterans Affairs, so I asked for so much money, and we'll also be cutting a 100th anniversary cake. So Foodland will be making me, I think it's three big cakes for that occasion. All the I've already sent all the letters to the different representatives, Mr. Guillaume Thériault, Mr. Arsenault, the mayor of Bois-Joli, because they are part of our Legion, and obviously everybody that's here. You're more than welcome to come and help us or participate. If we can get volunteers for, I know we already have a few Lions, and we've probably got some from the Rotary Club to help serve hot dogs and things like that. So that's basically what we plan on doing. So if there's any questions, this is as good a time to ask them.
What about if it rains? We want that.
Oh, yes. I already have permission. If it is inclement weather, we will be going to the arena. Okay. Yeah, Plan B.
Do councilors have any questions for? No? Thank you so much for the presentation. Look
Thank you.
forward to that event. Hopefully we have nice, oh, certainly.
He mentioned the bar at the Legion for 19, but you can bring your children as long as you don't buy them beer. They're allowed in too, so. We'll have to check their ID card or something.
Thank you for clarifying that. Thank you so
Thank you very
much for
much.
coming. You're welcome. Thank you. So next, we will move to statements by members of council, exposé des membres du conseil, and I encourage any councillor who has a statement this evening, maybe something they'd like to tell us or tell the citizens, you can go ahead. You're welcome.
Ah, oh.
Could I stand or get a... or sit
Councillor
down?
Tremblay, you can stand. Yes.
Thank you very much, Your Worship, fellow councillor, lady councillors. When I came up here this evening, walking in this room, it reminded me a lot of memories, good memories, bad memories, but the bads are already gone. We're here for the good. First and foremost, I'd like to... je voudrais remercier les citoyens et citoyennes du quartier numéro 2 qui m'ont élu en tant qu'un de leurs représentants pour les 4 prochaines années. Et soyez assurés que nous avons une équipe, that we have a team here that is willing and wanting to work for Erin Bay area. So that's all what I'm going to say for now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor Tremblay. Councillor McNair.
It's okay if I sit? Yes. So, premièrement, je pense que c'est important et c'est nécessaire de souhaiter la bienvenue à tout le monde ici à soir. Ceux qui sont en personne ici, mais également ceux qui sont connectés à la maison de façon virtuelle. À notre toute première rencontre de conseil. Je suis vraiment excitée d'être ici. Pour plus de 2 ans, et plus, je pense, c'est plus de 2 ans, le temps passe tellement vite. Je me trouvais avec vous dans l'audience, avec plusieurs visages qui sont familiers déjà, puis j'en vois plusieurs nouveaux que je n'ai pas vus avant. Ça fait que c'est vraiment le fun de vous voir là. Je veux aussi vous remercier de votre participation, de votre engagement et de l'intérêt que vous portez envers notre communauté. Je suis très honorée de siéger à la table du conseil ce soir aux côtés de 5 conseillers dévoués et de notre nouvelle maire, Maire Ferrin. Alors que nous commençons notre nouveau mandat, je peux vous faire une promesse aujourd'hui. Je vous promets de donner le meilleur de moi-même, le 100%, dans tout ce que je vais entreprendre pour la communauté. En retour, je vous demande simplement un peu de patience pendant qu'on fait nos premiers pas dans nos fonctions et qu'on apprenne les subtilités de la gouvernance municipale. Soyez assurés que nous sommes tous déterminés à écouter, à apprendre et à travailler avec diligence afin de prendre les meilleures décisions possibles pour nos citoyens et pour l'avenir de notre communauté. I think it's important and necessary to welcome everybody here tonight. The ones that are here in the room with us, and also the ones that are joining us at home virtually. Not too long ago, I think it was maybe more than 2 years now that I was sitting with you guys in the audience. A lot of familiar faces, people I sat beside in the meetings when I was here, but I see a lot of new faces too, so it's great to see that too. I want to thank you for your participation, your engagement, and for caring so deeply for our community. We see it. You're still here. You've been here for a long time. It is a great honor to be sitting at this council table tonight alongside 5 dedicated councillors and our new mayor, Mrs. Ferrin. As we begin our mandate, I promise you one thing. I will give 100% of my effort in everything I do for this community. In return, I ask for one thing, your patience as we find our footing and learn the intricacies of municipal governance. I'm first mandate, so it's all new for me, so I'm going to take a little bit of time to learn. We are committed to listening, learning, and working hard to make decisions that serve the best interests of our residents and help our community strive. Thank you. Merci.
Thank you, Councillor McNair. Y avait-il d'autres? Are there any others? Yes. Councillor Pelletier.
Bonsoir à tous. J'aimerais premièrement vous remercier pour être présent. J'aimerais surtout remercier pour tous les gens qui ont voté, que ce soit dans le quartier 1, quartier 2, quartier 3, qui ont pris leur privilège de voter et puis qui nous ont donné une chance d'avoir plusieurs candidats qui se sont présentés. Ils nous ont donné une chance aussi aux candidats qui ont mérité l'élection de pouvoir travailler pour vous et pour toute la communauté. I'd like to thank you all for being here, and I'd like to especially thank the ones that voted for the elections, whether it was Ward 1, Ward 2, Ward 3. It's as long as you voted, either it was for me or for anybody else, at least you took a chance, your authority to vote. And it's remarkable in our community because we had a great outing for voting, and it's great for us. And I'd like to congratulate our new mayor, our worship Farron, and new councilors that also worked hard to be elected. It's not easy for us to be elected. We get insulted on occasions, and we had better days and we had bad days. But I've been a mayor. I've been the last mayor of Charlotte. I've been a councilor before, a councilor in Balmoral, and it's a kind of work that I love. And I promise you one thing is that I will give you 100% of my time. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup.
Merci, Conseiller Pelletier. Are there any others? Councillor Levine?
I'll make it short and sweet. They said almost everything, I guess. I'd like to thank everybody that voted for me in Ward 2, and I'd like to congratulate everybody for coming out here tonight. It's nice to see all these people here. I think we're going to have a good 4 years. We have a great council, new mayor. Everything should be great. So thanks again for coming, and we'll do our best to satisfy all the citizens of our Heron Bay town.
Thank you, Councillor Levine. Are there any other statements by councillors? Councillor Thériault?
Je veux commencer par remercier tout le monde qui m'ont supporté. J'en suis vraiment reconnaissante. Je suis ici pour toute la belle communauté de Baie-des-Hérons. Je veux avoir vos nouvelles. Si vous avez des questions, des idées, gênez-vous pas. Gênez-vous pas de me contacter. Si j'ai pas les réponses, je vais les trouver. Juste des petites idées de même, là, comme quand on parle, là, j'aimerais beaucoup aussi travailler avec les jeunes dans les écoles dans la région. Il y a un gros congrès mondial acadien qui s'en vient. Ça va attirer beaucoup de monde dans notre région. Ça fait tous les niveaux d'école. Là, j'aimerais travailler avec eux autres. Puis toute la population. C'est pas juste les élèves avec l'école. Je vais avoir des idées pour vous impliquer, puis faire avancer, puis faire rayonner notre belle région. Pour les gens de Charlot, je vais vous assurer que tout le conseil va travailler fort pour trouver des bonnes solutions à long terme pour notre source d'eau municipale. Tout le monde, on travaille ensemble. Genre, je m'en passe de ça tout de suite. C'est pas juste pour une petite région. Tout le monde travaille ensemble pour ça. Puis ça, c'est important, puis c'est bon à voir. Ça fait, là, si je me fais ça en anglais, je ne l'ai pas traduit, mais je vais faire une traduction libre. I want to thank everybody that came here tonight and everybody that supported me. I'm here for a nice community. I want to hear from everybody whenever your inputs, your questions, your comments. Don't be shy. If it's for my area or for anywhere in town, we're going to work together to find solutions and work together. And I want to work with the kids in the school also for projects and innovations and ideas. I find they have good ideas, so it's nice to share it together. And there's a big Congrès Mondial that's coming in 2029 that's going to attract lots of people in our area. So it'd be nice to have little projects around in the community, so kids in school and the older people too, everybody. So, and for the water situation in Charlotte, I want to assure you that the whole council is working to find long-term solutions to have that done. And even throughout the summer, we'll be working hard because we want to get through that as fast as we can, but having the long-term in the back of our mind too. So again, thank you everybody, and I'm really glad to be here with Alder Council, Mayor Farron. So I'm excited to work for all of you. Thank you.
Merci, Conseillère Thériault. Councillor Young?
I may as well have a go at it since everybody else did. I'd like to thank all you people for coming, the people that supported me. Congratulations to Mayor and Council. we're all probably here for the same reason that we've seen a lot of hardships in our town over the last 25 or 30 years. And we all want to work hard to reverse the course that we've had. And I hope that you guys have some patience, because not every decision that we make amongst ourselves or you guys, everybody's going to be happy about. But I can rest assured that we're working our hardest, and we will, to make things better. And that's what we'll try and do. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Young. And thank you all the councillors for those comments. Next on the agenda, we're going to just change it up a little bit. We're just putting one number ahead of another because we want to make the appointments to the committees. Nous voudrons nommer les comités, qui va être en charge de quel comité. So we will start with, it's called Protective Services, but we also call it Public Safety and Policing, Protective Services, and Emergency Planning. We're going to put all that, so the counselor will have that too. And we've done, anybody would like to see, sometime it's nice to know what what involves their portfolio. So, it's emergency preparedness, fire protection, emergency measures, policing relations and protective services, public safety awareness and initiatives, traffic and community concerns, and coordination during emergencies and disasters. And so tonight, for the chair of that committee, we are naming Councillor Thériault, Annie Thériault. And her second on that committee will be Gaétan Pelletier, Councillor Pelletier. For public works, and we also kind of renamed it Comité de Travaux Publics. We also added, I'm just going to get the French copy here. Too many papers. So it's going to be Public Works, Infrastructure, Public Works, and Utilities. It's going to be, the responsibilities may include road, sidewalks, and drainage, water and wastewater systems, public works operations and fleets, and municipal buildings and facilities, infrastructure maintenance and capital projects, snow removal and seasonal operations, utility coordination, and asset management. So the councillors work hand in hand with the staff. They don't tell the staff what to do, but they do work hand in hand and give ideas and recommendations. So for that portfolio, it's Councillor Lavigne, and the sub is Councillor Thériault, Annie Thériault. So the next one is Parks and Recreation, but it's also, we've named it kind of Parks, Recreation, Parks, Community Events, Wellness, and Health. So in French, I'm just going to say it in French to our French listeners as well. C'est loisirs, parcs, événements communautaires, bien-être et promotion de la santé. So for that, we have the responsibilities are park, trail, recreational facilities, community programming and events, sports and wellness initiatives, youth and family recreation opportunities, beautification and public gathering spaces, partnerships with community organizations, health advocacy and healthcare access issues, and promoting active and healthy lifestyles. Ça fait le loisir, parc, événements communautaires, bien-être et promotion de la santé. Les responsabilités peuvent inclure comme les parcs, sentiers, installations récréatives, programmation communautaire et événements, initiatives sportives et de bien-être, opportunités de loisirs pour les jeunes et les familles, embellissement et espaces publics de rassemblement, partenariat avec les organisations communautaires, promotion de la santé et accès aux soins, encourager des modes de vie actifs et sains. And for that one, Parks Recreation, we named Councillor Young. And the second will be Councillor McNair. Monique McNair. So we go to, the next one is Personnel and Bylaws Committee. We kind of just did a little, it's going to be the same type of committee, but we just added different responsibilities. So this one here, Personnel and Bylaws is what it was called, but we also included Housing, Land Use Planning, Municipal Plan, and Bylaws. So responsibilities may include municipal development and land use planning, municipal plan and zoning review, housing development, planning recommendations, bylaw review and modernization, property standards, community planning consultations, and supporting sustainable and balanced growth. So, logement, aménagement du territoire et plan municipal et règlement. Les responsabilités peuvent inclure planification, révision du plan municipal et du zonage, développement du logement, recommandations en matière d'urbanisme et propositions de développement, révision et modernisation des règlements, normes de propriété et conformité à l'utilisation des sols. Puis, so it just gives you an idea. So this evening, we have named Councillor Pelletier, conseiller Pelletier Gaétan, pour ce dossier-là. Puis, lui qui va l'aider, c'est conseillère Lavigne. Kevin will be second in command. Councillor Lavigne will be the second on that file. Okay? So then we go to community development and planning. So we kind of have the same thing, except we kind of added economic development, business retention, tourism, and culture to that one. So responsibilities may include supporting local businesses and investment, business attraction and retention initiatives, tourism promotion and visitor development, downtown and commercial revitalization, partnerships with chambers and organizations, festivals, heritage and cultural initiatives, and community branding and promotion. So, and in pour mes amis francophones, c'est comme développement économique, maintien des entreprises, tourisme et culture, et c'est comme communauté de développement communautaire et d'urbanisme. Ça fait, les responsabilités peuvent inclure soutenir les entreprises locales et l'investissement, initiatives pour attirer et fidéliser les entreprises, promotion du tourisme, revitalisation du centre-ville et des commerces. Ça fait, c'est tout inclus dans ça. Ça fait ce soir, pour ce dossier-là, on nomme conseiller Clem Tremblay, puis John, conseiller Young, va travailler avec conseiller Tremblay. So we're naming Councillor Tremblay to that portfolio, and Councillor Young will assist him on that one. And finally, but not least, we have, this is a big one. So we have finance and general government. So we've included finance, budget, governance, and strategic planning, annual municipal budget and financial oversight, reviewing expenditures, capital planning, governance policies and council procedures, strategic plan development and monitoring, long-term municipal objectives and priorities, transparency, accountability, and policy review, monitoring municipal performance and organizational goals. So ce soir pour finance, comité de développement, comité de finances et gouvernement général. So, c'est, je vais juste vous lire ça en français. C'est comme responsabilité, c'est budget municipal annuel et supervision financière, revision des dépenses et planification des investissements, politique de gouvernance et procédure du conseil, élaboration et suivi du plan stratégique, objectifs et priorités municipales à long terme, transparence, responsabilité et révision des politiques, suivi de la performance municipale et des objectifs organisationnels. Ça fait, ce soir, it gives me pleasure to name Councillor McNair to that file. And her assistant will be Councillor Tremblay on that file. Thank you so much. So now we will move to inquiries of committees. Now, we've just named the committees this evening. So you will not have too many inquiries. I can ask if anybody wants to inquire about anything, but usually we would have inquiries of committees, and we plan to have those. Councilors are quite anxious to have those inquiries. Ça fait, ce soir, on a les questions des comités. Je vais demander s'il y en a. Sinon, va juste passer. Ce soir, c'était la première. On a nommé les comités ce soir. C'est ça la raison qu'on n'a pas trop d'informations jusqu'à cette heure. Ben, la prochaine, oui, on va avoir des questions puis des réponses pour vous. No questions? Parfait. So we'll move on to motions and resolutions. So in our bylaws, it states that we have to elect deputy mayor. Ça fait dans nos arrêtés, ça indique qu'il faut qu'on a une petite élection pour nommer maire adjointe. Si c'est égal, les votes sont égaux, mais moi, parce que je suis maire, ça va être moi à décider. Ça fait, je vais juste en prendre une note. J'aimerais savoir s'il y a des conseillers qui aimeraient se présenter comme maire adjoint. Is there somebody who wants to put their name in? Councillor Tremblay? Okay. Anybody else? Councillor McNair? Is there anybody else who would like to put their name in? No? Okay. So we're going to have a vote now, and they'll vote with the raise of hands. All those in favor of Councillor Tremblay, tous ceux qui sont en faveur de conseiller Tremblay.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I just have a question. Do we vote or we don't vote? I'm sorry.
Oh, yes, you vote.
Oh, okay.
Vote for yourself. Or vote for me.
So we will proceed with the vote. No question?
Yes, Your Worship. Isn't that vote supposed to be private?
No, actually, I looked it up, and there's it's a public vote. All our votes are public? Yes, it is. It's going to be a hard decision, but it has to be done. So all those in favor of Councillor Tremblay for Deputy Mayor, can you raise your hands? And all those in favor of Councillor McNair? Okay, so the Deputy Mayor is Councillor Tremblay.
Félicitations.
Congratulations, Councillor Tremblay. So now we move on. The next thing on the agenda, prochaine chose, c'est autorisation de signature. Ça fait, si vous savez, tous les chèques, il faut que ça soit signé par des gens, maire, puis ça fait, ce soir, nous allons nommer les gens qui vont signer sur les chèques pour la municipalité. So as you know, we have to vote on the signing authority, somebody who signs on the checks for the municipality. So I will read do you want me to read it? Want me to read the resolution? Okay. I will read the resolution for signing authority. Be it resolved that Council of the Town of Heron Bay confirms that the authorized signing authorities for the town shall remain Gilles Legacy, CAO, and Lillian Cayouette, Acting Chief Administrative Officer and Clerk, and further approves the addition of Gail Farron, Mayor, and Clément Tremblay, Deputy Mayor, as authorized signing authorities for the execution of financial documents, agreements, contracts, checks, and other official municipal documents in accordance with the town's applicable policies and procedures. Il est résolu que le Conseil de la Ville de Heron Bay, BDRon, confirme que les signataires autorisés de la municipalité demeurent Gilles Legacy, CAO, et Liliane Cayouette, directrice générale par intérim, greffière, et approuve en outre l'ajout de Gail Farron, mairesse, et Clément Tremblay, maire suppléant, à titre de signataire autorisé par l'exécution des documents financiers, ententes, contrats, chèques et d'autres documents officiels de la municipalité, conformément aux politiques et procédures applicables de la Ville. So we need a vote, right? Okay. So I will call for the vote. All those in favor of the resolution signify by hands up. Okay. We'll move it first. Councillor Levine? Councillor Levine? Councillor Levine is moving the resolution motion. I need a seconder. Councillor Tremblay. All in favor, just raise your hand. Motion carried. So the next item is summer meetings. Annulation de la réunion de juillet. Usually, sometimes there's some councils that have none and some do. So I would just like to have council's opinion on this. If you can go ahead, if anybody would like to speak on it.
Excusez-moi, Your Worship. I think we're early into our mandate, and we could benefit of a meeting in July.
Anybody else? Yes?
Moi, c'est pour dire, je pense que c'est une bonne idée aussi. On a hâte, puis il y a plein de choses qui pressent. Moi, je suis en faveur aussi, si qu'on peut.
You need to get closer to the mic. We can't hear nothing here. Get closer to your mic, all of you.
Maybe, is it on?
I said I'm in favor of meetings in July. That's a good idea.
So am I.
Well, I see, Your Worship, that the trend is wanting to meet in July, which I agree 100%. Is it going to follow our monthly scheduled meeting as well, or because of July, we could postpone and put it the second Monday instead of the third, or the second Tuesday or Thursday, or we keep on doing this, the third Monday of each month, which is our public meeting?
Well, right now, we have to follow what's in the bylaw.
Okay.
So we would have to follow what it says.
Okay.
Eventually, if we want to change the dates of our meetings, we certainly can make an amendment to the bylaw. But right now, the bylaw states when the meetings are. So yes, that's what we will have to stick with. Okay? Thank you so much.
So do we have to vote for this, Your Worship?
We will need a vote. So
I move that we vote, that we keep on our monthly meeting, and including July.
we'll just give Lillian a chance to.
I second it.
Just going to give Lillian a chance to write it. So seconded, secondé par Conseil Pelletier. Tous en faveur de motion, levez vos mains. All in favor, raise your hand. So we have there's no one against, so the motion is carried. So the next item is appointment of auditors. And so we will need a resolution. Our auditors are Alain Paquet. And we need a resolution for them to continue. As you might know, is that we always have, our books are always audited. We have a yearly audit, and it's Alain Paquet et Arsenault that do the audits. Ça fait toutes les années, faut les lire soit... ils regardent au lit pour vérifier si tout est en ordre. Alors, ça va prendre une résolution. Est-ce que j'ai quelqu'un qui peut propose la résolution pour avoir Alain Paquet et Arsenault comme nos vérificateurs pour l'année 2026?
Je vais proposer que notre vérification financière soit auditée par Alain Paquet et Arsenault pour 2026.
Est-ce que j'ai quelqu'un pour seconder?
I'll second it.
So Councillor Pelletier moved the motion and seconded by Councillor Levine. All in favor, raise your hands, please. You have a question? No. Well, you call the question at this debate, but there's no debate, so yeah. If you want to debate it, you can. If you call question, it stops the debate, but there's no debate, is there? No. So we'll just call for the vote. All in favor? Yes?
Sorry to interrupt the meeting, but I'm getting a message from the people watching the live stream, and they can't hear you because your mics are either not
Well, I think I'm not high enough.
They can hear Gail and Clem. They said they can hear Gail and Clem, but the rest of you, if you can turn your mic on or put it closer to you.
Okay.
Just got a couple of messages.
Thank you.
Sorry for interrupting.
Perfect.
Thank you very much.
So we voted on the motion. So the motion has been moved. So we will have the Alain, Paquet, and Arsenault. I have to watch the French and English are kind of, so the next thing is the adoption of the climate change adaptation plan, adoption du plan d'adaptation au changement climatique. And for those of you, you know that there was a couple of public hearings that people could attend regarding adopting a plan for, we have climate change in areas like ours where we have a lot of coastal areas and things. So there was a plan that was drafted up. The councillors had a chance to review it, and it will be up for public review, but they had to verify first. It has to be passed through council before we can submit it to the public. But we might have some comments on that. Ça fait l'adoption du plan d'adaptation au changement climatique. C'est un rapport qui était fait parce qu'on avait des réunions publiques. Puis avant qu'on peut le laisser aller pour les gens qui peuvent le regarder, il faut que nous, on passe une motion pour l'accepter. Alors, je demande les conseillers ou conseillères s'ils ont des choses, des commentaires, s'il vous plaît. Conseillère McNair?
Oui. Well, first of all, I've read a lot of it, like, because we didn't have a lot of time either, but I've read pretty much the first part of it, and there's a lot of things that are missing or things that are wrong in the report, and I think that needs to be changed before we even think of accepting that report. I'll give you a few examples. I'm not going to go in big details, but like at the beginning of the report, they say that Huron Bay is made up of Tallahassee and Charlotte. And I think at the beginning of the report, they should name all the area that are part of Huron Bay. They talk about our festival as being the Trout Festival. So that is wrong. The map, also they have a map that they show, I think it's the flooding or something, and it stops at just before Seaside, and it doesn't include Seaside, so that would have to be changed. Also, they talk about in the AMO section, they talk about health centers that could accommodate us if we had to use them. And in there, it talks about, I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time with my mic. It indicates like the Charlotte Regional Hospital would be the hospital we would use instead of the Hamilton Regional. And there's a clinic, it's in Charlotte, so it's not updated because there's not a clinic in Charlotte anymore, but there isn't one in Jacket River, and that's not included. And also in the AMO section, they're talking about centers available in case of needs, and they mention the community center on Center Street. I've never heard about that, so I don't know. Maybe it's right, maybe it's wrong, I don't know. They talk about the Saint Benoit Church, which is in Balmoral, and La Mosaïque du Nord. So there's a lot of things like that. So I don't think we could accept that report until at least we go through all of it and make sure that there's no discrepancies in it.
Before being published, yes.
Yes.
Your Worship, may I intervene too?
Councillor, Conseil.
I read through it all day yesterday, 158 pages, and it's full of mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
There's a list of mistakes that I had here, and it's incredible. There's some copy and paste from multiple municipalities, and Balmoral, by the way, if you don't know what the community center is at Rue du Centre, it's in Balmoral. And I've seen so many that I couldn't believe that they would present us with such a poor quality document. So before we vote on it, it will need to be amended by the company that presented it to us, or will have to be amended by us. We cannot accept this plan without being corrected. I don't think we can.
Thank you for your comments, Councillor Pelletier. Are there more comments? Councillor Conseiller Thériault.
Same thing for me. I went over it for over 2 hours. I took 3 pages of notes, technical typo errors. The list goes on and on. So I stopped too after so many pages. After 2 hours, I said there's just too many mistakes. So same as my coworkers, same idea. Can't accept it like that.
So can somebody make a recommendation on what we should do this evening?
I would,
I know it's hard not to comment, but
I would suggest that the fact that some of the mistakes, big mistakes that was put into this report, and they're asking us to accept the climate changes, and my God, we should not accept that and ask them to come up here and give them north, south, east, and west, and take it from there. To me, we can't accept that thing, because if we do, it's going to be a catastrophe.
thank you, Councillor.
That's a disgrace.
Thank you, Councillor Tremblay. Councillor Young?
I make a motion that we don't accept the report as it is.
So moved by Councillor Young that the report has to be amended. We cannot accept it as is. And seconded by Councillor Levine.
I have a question, Your Worship.
Yes?
If this, which I think it will go through, what happens the next step? Where do we go?
What happens is we pass a motion
Yep.
that we cannot vote to accept the report
Good.
until all the corrections have been done, and that we review it again, and that it's acceptable to us so that we can accept it for a motion. So then we can present it to the public, because we don't want it to go to the public like that.
No.
So that was the motion from Councillor Young, that it has to be amended to our satisfaction, so that before we move the report and accept it.
If they want to put some kind of amendment or add on to the resolution,
We won't worry about that.
then
We'll just
come and see the council.
the motion is there. We'll get back to the company, and they will decide how they want to, approach it. So all those in favor of the motion of rejecting the report until it is corrected to our satisfaction. All those in favor, vote by hands. The motion is carried, and it's a unanimous vote. Thank you, councillors. Merci. Okay, so next is going to be the nomination of the representative for the CSR, Regional Service Commission. So I'm a member as the mayor, and we need a seconder, and we're Monique McNair, and the third would be Clément Tremblay. Everybody's okay with that?
I have a question, like Your Worship, you're there with the other mayors. The number 2 and number 3, usually what you had mentioned, does all the 3 that you name go to the meeting, or just 2, or what?
I believe it's 2. And you, as the third, you would replace when one of us could not attend. Yes, but I can clarify that for you, but I'm pretty sure it's the 2, and then after that there's a third. Yes, thank you. And we need a resolution for that, so somebody could move that.
I move, Your Worship.
You move to accept Councillor McNair and Councillor Tremblay as a second and a third.
Since he is part of it, I'll move, if you don't mind, Your Worship, that Monique McNair and Clem Tremblay be part of the group that represent us at the CSR.
Do I have a seconder of the motion? A
I'll second
seconder?
it, I guess.
Councillor Levine seconds the motion. All those in favor of the motion signify by raise their hands. The motion is carried. So next, we had some requests for donations. So one is from la Société Culturelle, a donation request. I guess it was for, did Councillor McNair, did you want to speak on those donation requests?
For sure. Maybe I'll speak of the three right now so we can...
Certainly.
Okay, so we've had three requests. One from la Société Culturelle. And the Société Culturelle, you can either give the bronze 250, silver 500, gold 1,000, and platinum 2,500. And we've been given 500. This donation, I think, could be just due in the fall. So I can't, because it just started in the fall. We have another one, and really, I'm not too familiar with this one. It's about Le Berceur du Temps. And this one is due for the 15th of August. And from what I understand, and maybe I don't understand well, but it looks like they're asking for 2,300. Liliane, c'est ça que c'est? Okay. And this one is due for the 15th of August. And the one that's pressing right now, because I think we've passed the deadline, is the air show in Charlotte. And the air show, I think that we are already given services in kind. We're putting the barricades, but they're also asking if we could maybe give some monetary donations. So this is the only one that I feel that we might want to speak about tonight. And if we're having a meeting in July, maybe the two others, we could wait and see what the budget looks like, and we could maybe speak about this one at the next meeting.
So technically, it's because we haven't had a chance to really look how much
No.
is left in the budget
Exactly.
for donations.
Yeah.
Uh,
So I don't know if council wants to give additionally like monies to the air show, or just the in kind that we're giving is enough, but maybe something we could discuss.
Does anybody want to discuss on the air show? Because, well, that's the other thing. We haven't really sat down to see the budget because, well, right now we haven't had the time to. We know that there's not a lot left to spend in.
Just one thing, the air show is the one we got that's pressing, you said is the most pressing one is the air show?
The
Okay,
date, the
so-
limit date they gave us was the 12th of
But-
June.
The date for the snowbirds that are in the area, what are the dates? I think they're in August.
It's in August,
So we could
but the
have a
request,
good look at it in July.
they say the
for
deadline
July
is,
meeting.
the deadline says, well, I'm just giving you the information. The deadline says the 12th of
Oh.
June.
Wow.
We can still wait till July if we wanted to.
Well, I'm just, we can't just participate financially because we're already doing it in kind,
Yes.
you said.
We
okay?
are.
So
And Liliane,
even
just
if
to-
we pass the deadline, and council agree to whatever monetary we want to give the air show, and even if it's 2 weeks after, they're certainly not going to
Not
say
going
no.
to refuse.
So
Yes,
here,
I agree.
this
So
is what I'm
Liliane, we
saying.
are giving in kind, eh? The barricades and,
Yeah.
okay.
So I think we should sit down and look for it in July. And whatever happens, council decide, then in July,
Agree.
if we go ahead. Oh, it's off. Oh, okay. Oh, thank you, okay. So just to sum up what I was saying, I think they still will
Yes,
take the
for sure.
gift if we're 1 week or two behind schedule. Okay?
In
That's
all fairness, we only received the letter on June the 10th. So, and then we've, so it doesn't give us much time to discuss. And we're in the middle of the year, so we need to see where we're at.
Do you need a
You have
motion?
to have a motion for that? No.
No, I just need confirmation that the 3 donation requests are moved to the next meeting,
Mm-hmm.
3 of them?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, please move them to all three to the next meeting. So the next issue, la prochaine chose, c'est arrêté visant la fermeture et la cessation de l'usage public d'une partie des rues Bellevue et des Frères. So the next question is a bylaw to stop up and close a portion of Bellevue Street and des Frères Street. So is it on the screen? So your computer, the battery went out on us, so I'm just gonna. Okay. So we'll ask the clerk and acting SCAO to explain what that's all about, and just thank you.
Okay, so the bylaw to stop up is not really to close a street. It's just that there's two turnarounds in both streets that when they did the subdivision, because they need them for the plows, but they never stopped the street, so they just kept on going. So they're not needed, and the person that wants to buy the piece of land that's on has a hard time getting a building permit because with the roundabouts in that land pushes the line that he has to back up. So we just need the bylaw to stop up the turnaround so that when they ask for a building permit, it doesn't give them a hard time. Yes, that's in Charlo.
Go ahead, Councillor Young.
That's what I was going to ask, where it was.
What it is too is you'll notice some of the new subdivisions, they have like a turnaround. So, and because we had that when you have certain lawyers, they're really, sticky, and then they need building permits. So that's exactly what it's for.
So I have a question. So does that mean they need this from council so that they could be approved of the planning commission? Okay. And whatever decision we make, the planning commission has the last say to it? Normally? Don't?
Municipality has no objection.
No.
It will
Okay.
pass. Did you want to explain it en français peut-être, Liliane? Okay.
L'arrêté est nécessaire pour former des turnarounds, des ronds-points, parce que c'était nécessaire quand ils ont fait la subdivision pour le nettoyage de la neige, les poubelles. Mais la rue, elle a tout le temps continué. Ils n'ont jamais arrêté au rond-point. Ça fait que pour l'instant, on a besoin de passer une résolution avec l'arrêté pour que le monde qui achète les terrains soit capable de bâtir. Parce que si on reste le rond-point sur le terrain, il doit reculer les mesures à partir du rond-point au lieu de la ligne du chemin. Ça fait qu'on a besoin de la première et de la deuxième lecture par titre.
So we need somebody to read, to move the first reading by title.
I will, if you don't mind.
So you can,
Your
Councillor, you can read the first reading.
I move that council give first a reading by title of bylaw number 2026-01, a bylaw to stop up and close a portion of Bellevue and des Frères Streets, and for the second reading by title will be the same, just say second reading.
So we should move first reading by title, and for the second reading as well. You just say second reading.
Second
You
reading.
did that. Perfect. So all those in favor of the motion? Oh, did we have a seconder? I thought we did.
I'll second that, Your Worship.
Sorry about that. So Councillor Conseil Pelletier. Yep. Puis Conseil Tremblay va l'appuyer. C'est parfait. Tout en faveur, vous pouvez lever les mains. Councillor Levine, are you voting for or against? Councillor Young, you voted for. So we have a unanimous vote, so the motion is carried. I'm just trying to find my proclamation. I had it here, and I thought they were in. Oh, here it is. So for Disability Week, it's a proclamation we're we're just a bit late because our meetings are late, and it is something that's important to us, and we are working on a solution. But I still would like to do the proclamation this evening. Whereas the municipality of Heron Bay is committed to assisting citizens with disabilities to participate fully in our community. And whereas many persons living with disabilities face barriers in the areas of employment, access to information, transportation, housing, education, recreation, and other disability-related supports. And whereas we believe that more citizens with disabilities should have the chance to access disability-related supports to improve their opportunities in New Brunswick. And whereas we support the theme, accessibility creates full inclusion. Now therefore, be it known that I, Gail Farron, Mayor of Heron Bay, do hereby request the citizens of Heron Bay to join with our council in recognizing persons with disabilities and their role in our community by the observance of Disability Awareness Week, which is from May 31st to June the 6th. Considérant que la municipalité de Baie-des-Hérons s'engage à favoriser chez les citoyens ayant des handicaps la pleine participation aux ressources de notre communauté et considérant que de nombreuses personnes vivant avec des handicaps font face à des obstacles dans les domaines de l'emploi, l'accès à l'information, des transports, du logement, de l'éducation, des loisirs et d'autres supports reliés au handicap. Et considérant que nous croyons que plus de citoyens handicapés devraient avoir la chance d'accéder les soutiens reliés aux personnes handicapées nécessaires pour accroître leur perspective au Nouveau-Brunswick. Et considérant que nous appuyons le thème « L'accessibilité favorise l'inclusion totale », à ces causes, sachez que je, Gail Farron, maire de Baie-des-Hérons, demande à la population de participer avec notre conseil aux démarches visant à reconnaître les personnes handicapées et au rôle qu'elles peuvent jouer dans notre communauté, par la tenue de la semaine de la sensibilisation à la situation des personnes handicapées du 31 mai au 6 juin 2026. Ça fait, it was just to read the part. So, the next order of business, la prochaine, c'est l'installation de thermopompe au régulière à Insurance. Ça fait, on va demander au conseiller Lavigne de s'absenter de la salle. Councillor Lavigne will leave the hall until we are finished. Explain a little bit what that's about for the heat pumps there. Yeah, because I don't think the council's understood a lot of it either. Yeah. So this evening, we're looking at we have problems with at Requierplex. If everybody knows, it's hot in there, and we have problems with the HVAC, and so they were looking at putting in some heat pumps to alleviate that situation. But there's a bigger plan to do not just the Requiplex, but the Incharan Arena as well. There are some questions concerning this, so I would ask the councillors, those, if they have questions. The clerk has indicated that she will try her best to answer those questions, and we will decide how we want to proceed. Councillor Young?
Lillian, do you know what the final decision was? Was it from Pascal to go ahead with just the gym? But he wants to go with everything. So we haven't, nothing.
The reason is because we were already approved by NB Power for the 25%. Sorry, it's because we were already approved by NB Power for the 25%. We're waiting on RDC to know if we receive 40%. So if we decide to go with just portion of it, we have to redo the quote, the funds request.
And if this gets approved, how soon can at least the ones get put in the gym?
He said that once he gets confirmation from council, he will go ahead and order for the gym.
But he doesn't have a date.
May I, Your Worship, ask a question?
Certainly, Councillor Pelletier.
I did understand that the Régulière has a bank account and they have sufficient funding for this project. And until we know where we're swimming to the finances, I think it would be wise for them to go ahead and for us to work our best to find the funding for them if we have it. But if we don't have it, it's a big issue. It becomes becomes on the shoulder of our taxpayers without knowing where we stand at this point. So I think Pascal, I understand that they have the money in the bank. So
Are there other comments or questions?
I understood that they could also have a loan if they wanted to. Like they have monies in the bank, but if they wanted to, they could make a loan until we know where we stand with the budget.
Because we are going to meet again in July for sure, so it would give us time to go over our finances to know where we stand more before we make a commitment. That's my position for that.
We can also call a special meeting too, before that time. Yes, Councillor Young?
I'm more concerned with getting some air conditioning in the gym right now because I guess it's terrible, and I'm not sure if I hate to pinpoint anybody out, but I'm not sure if 4 heat pumps would fix a solution. Could I be possibly correct on that?
I'm not sure either, but I'm sure it's better than, 4 heat pumps, I would think could do it, but I'm not any expert at that, so I'm not sure. Did you want to maybe we could look into it further? It's the will of council.
I would make a suggestion, Your Worship, and it came from Councillor McNair in Ontario. We could wait another month, and between today and the next monthly meeting, we meet Pascal, and we ask him to put cards on the table because we're ready to make a decision, but we don't know how and when. So,
Well, there's actually two things here. First of all, they're looking at the full project, or in the meantime, we need something to solve the solution at the gym. So it's going to have to be, we're going to have to decide how we're going to proceed with that. And it still involves finances. So what do you suggest?
That's my concern is there's already 4 heat pumps down there. To add 12, and then we'll have a total of 16. And I'm not so sure that's going to be cost efficient. But I mean, I guess it's a separate run entity, except if they're asking for us for the money, it kind of falls on us. So I'd rather a temporary solution, fix the gym, and we'd have more time to look at the rest. If we wait till July and then an installation date, the summer's going to be gone. And we definitely don't want to lose any membership at the Recriplex because of unfavorable conditions.
But the thing is, he's not stuck though. That from what I understood, he could, there's a backup plan for him. It's just the preference would be with us, but he's not, his hands weren't tied. That's what I understood. So we're not putting the people of Recriplex, like, we're not closing it down. He has other options. It's just he would have preferred that one. So that's why I'm still siding towards waiting to see our finances.
Agree.
Do we have any input from the board at all with regard to the heat pumps, or like there's a board at the Recriplex?
Well, the president of the board's outside.
Like the percentage I see there, 40% from RDC. Do we know we're going to get that 40% of the total? We don't know. Okay, so, and then the same thing for the 25%. The amount for the insurance will be 31,000. That 25% is not, so we're in a limbo here there. You know, we don't want to put the cart before the horse. We got to make sure that whatever decision we make is good for the Recriplex and is good for a long term. You know, that's.
I think his immediate problem was really just a gym. And I think, from what I understood, he could possibly put those four, I think it's 4 or 6, four heat pump in the gym, and that would solve the gym problem for the summer.
Madame la mairesse, est-ce que je peux encore intervenir?
Absolument.
OK. On dit que c'est une urgence, mais comme on l'a dit antérieurement, ils ont les fonds. Ils ont les fonds. Nous autres, on ne sait pas si on a les fonds. Mais on sait qu'eux autres, les ont les fonds. Puis deuxièmement, est-ce qu'ils ont fait plus qu'un request for proposal ou qu'ils ont juste accepté une offre d'une compagnie quelconque de la région, parce que le prix me semble un peu exorbitant. Et puis je dois dire que moi-même, à la maison, j'ai fait de la recherche quand j'étais venu le temps de faire les pompes à ma maison. J'ai eu trois requests for proposal. J'ai eu 3 offres. Puis il y en a une qui coûtait 80 000. Il y en a une qui coûtait 62. Puis il y en a une qui m'a coûté 30 000. Ça fait que si il a demandé à la compagnie qui me chargeait 80 000 seulement, déjà là, on part perdant en investissant de l'argent de notre communauté et nos payeurs de taxes, sans aller voir s'il y a la possibilité de sauver de l'argent avec le potentiel d'une 2e évaluation et d'une 3e évaluation. C'est de même que une entreprise, excusez-moi, j'étais entrepreneur pendant 20 ans, j'ai eu jusqu'à 350 employés, ça fait que je sais où je m'en vais, puis je trouve ça un peu déplorable de voir que soudainement on nous offre ceci, puis c'est simplement ceci. Puis il devrait faire, il y a quelqu'un qui a des responsabilités à l'intérieur de ce groupe-là qui devrait avoir plus qu'une option. Merci. Merci, Madame la mairesse.
Any more comments? Y a-t-il d'autres questions, commentaires? Councillor Young, that's your portfolio now. So I'm just asking just to make a recommendation. What would you recommend to council?
I would ask for a special meeting with Pascal so we can get to the bottom of it, because at the end, it's still a service provided. And am I allowed to direct a question to the audience?
No, you're not.
Or a particular person?
Maybe we should meet with the board as well, too, all of them? Like, why is it just Pascal is, because, really, in essence, we take directive too, maybe from the board, I'm not sure.
Well, the president now, if I'm under the understanding, Kevin has to step down. So there's an AGM, I believe, in July. Am I correct? Yes. And so there's going to be a new president and a new boards, like some people on the board. So, I mean, it's one thing of delaying this till, which is where we're headed here if we don't do something soon. So, if
So because time is of an essence for the gym part.
correct.
So maybe that's what you recommend, that we meet with Pascal and see at least if we can do the gym, how it's going to be done.
That's what I would recommend. I don't know if
So your recommendation is to meet with Pascal and go through it to find out exactly what we can do and can't do, especially for the gym part?
that's correct.
Okay. So we'll just put that as a recommendation, and we will do that, and then we will report back. Thank you, Councillor Young. Merci. Oh, yes, someone go get Kevin out of the doghouse.
We're not too long, eh?
No, you're doing a fine job.
Okay.
We're hanging in.
As we go along, it's gonna get better. Ça va aider de plus en plus.
You understand, yeah. Well, you give a six-month trial.
So the next item on the agenda is council meetings and the paperless agenda package, Réunion du Conseil, ordre du jour, sans papier. And as you know, we do have, as you see tonight, there's a lot of papers, and all of you are entitled to have those papers, but we don't print up a whole lot, but they're all available through the clerk at the town hall anytime. And if you're not sure, just email one of the counselors. We all have our emails now, so if there's something that concerns you or you'd like to have a copy, you're welcome, and we will make every effort to make sure that you get those copies. So tonight what it is that the counselors have decided to go paperless. So paperless means we won't have all these bundles of papers every meeting, but we did stress that each counselor had to use it. We had to use the device that we're going to use so that we save paper. Ça fait, pour expliquer un petit peu, c'est que nous autres, comme vous voyez, là, on a beaucoup de papier. On a des rapports à toutes les réunions. Alors, puis je voulais juste vous mentionner que si vous voulez des copies les rapports, sont disponibles à l'hôtel de ville, il n'y a pas de problème. Si vous ne savez pas si vous pouvez l'avoir ou vous avez des problèmes, vous pouvez m'appeler ou envoyer des courriels. Vous avez des représentants aussi qui peuvent vous aider. Surtout maintenant qu'on a nos dossiers, on sait si c'est des rapports de finances, vous pouvez contacter conseillère McNair. Juste, c'est comme ça fonctionne. Mais on a pris la décision de faire les réunions sans papier, mais ça va prendre comme des laptops, whatever, des petites choses pour faire ça. Mais on expliquait qu'il faut vraiment qu'on les utilise. qu'on n'arrive pas ici puis on demande pour des papiers de copie en papier parce qu'il n'y en aura pas. Si nous autres, on veut faire nos propres copies à la maison, ben c'est ça. Mais so tonight, I wanted to read you how much it will cost to do that, the paperless. I'm not sure, each unit costs $989. So you're talking $9,333.90 to provide devices so that we can have paperless meetings. Also, those devices are so that the public can communicate with us through email. And we prefer email because with the right to privacy now, if you send messages in Messenger and all those things, it makes it so if we have them on the device, you send us an email, our emails are all online, it sure makes it a lot easier to communicate with us and with you. And I just want to mention too that we are held and bound by the Personal Information Act. Your personal information is protected. Yours is protected, as is ours. And the staff and everybody, even though there are staff, there are certain things that are personal and they are protected by the law. So tonight we're decided to go paperless. And I encourage you all to send emails our way, and we try to get to them as soon as possible. So I would have to have a motion, I believe, Lillian. So councillors, do you have any comments or questions or would like to comment on this? Councillor Pelletier?
Oui. Madame la mairesse, excusez-moi. Je crois qu'il faut aussi recommander que ces appareils-là soient utilisés seulement pour nos fonctions en tant que conseiller ou comme maire et non pas pour autre activité que ce soit. Parce que ces appareils-là vont contenir de l'information privilégiée et il faut absolument s'en tenir à ça. You want me to translate? I will. I just said that I wish that sorry, Your Worship, again. I wish that we understand that we use these computers only for our duties and not for personal reasons, because these computers will contain material that is not publicly necessarily, it is confidential, and it's the material of our municipality and of our role, and we cannot play with those computers as our own. It has to be working on the council computer only.
Merci, conseiller Pelletier. Est-ce qu'il y a d'autres commentaires ou suggestions?
So would that mean in July, our next monthly meeting, we're all going to have our laptop?
Hopefully, yes.
Hopefully.
Well,
Thank you.
they're certainly going to be ordered, and yes. So, we will need a motion though to spend that type of money. So, if somebody would like to move,
I can move that we purchase 7 Dell Chromebook laptop in the amount of $9,333.90.
do I have a seconder?
I'll second it, but I have a question.
Just second it, and then you can speak on the motion.
That's what I said. I'll second it.
Okay.
And I have a question,
Certainly.
Your Worship. Is that the best price we could get? Okay, and that's that.
Only added one because they're also going to give us the service.
That's the minimum we need also. Okay, good.
Councillor McNair, what's the total amount for these?
$9,333.90.
Okay, yes.
That comes with service
Thank you.
also.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So we have a mover and a seconder. All in favor of the motion? Motion is carried. So the next thing you might find a little different. It's soutien municipal pour une étude de recherche sur le PFAS. It's a municipal support for PFAS research study. And if you know what PFAS was, what the wells contained in our water supply in the Charlotte ward. So Councillor Terrio will fill you in on that, just to give you a little explanation of what's going to happen.
Dans les dernières semaines, j'ai été approchée par une professeure de l'Université de Moncton qui aimerait faire un projet de recherche sur les PFAS dans l'eau de Charlotte. Depuis le début, les gens disent qu'il faudrait trouver la source de la contamination. C'est exactement ce qu'elle propose de faire. De plus, elle nous soumettrait des solutions possibles afin d'en faire la décontamination. Tout ceci sans aucun frais de la part de la municipalité. Je la considère comme un ange venu du ciel. Merci, Dr. Desmo. Elle propose aussi de faire des présentations pour le public pour expliquer ce qu'elle va trouver. Ceci ne sera possible que si sa demande de financement est approuvée. Donc, croisez-vous les doigts et les orteils pour que ça fonctionne. Je propose que le Conseil lui fait parvenir une lettre de support pour qu'elle puisse avoir accès aux puits municipaux de Charlotte. In recent weeks, I have been approached by a professor from the Université de Moncton who would like to undertake a research project on PFAS in Charlotte's water. From the very beginning, people have been saying that the source of the contamination needs to be identified. That is exactly what she is proposing to do. In addition, she would provide us with possible solutions to carry out the decontamination. All of this would come at no cost to the municipality. I consider her an angel sent from heaven. Thank you, Dr. Desmo. She is also proposing to give presentations to the public to explain what she finds. This will only be possible if her funding application is approved. Please keep your fingers and toes crossed that it works. I propose that council send her a letter of support so that she can have access to the municipal wells in Charlotte.
So the motion on the floor is that we prepare a letter of support and indicating that she can take some samples from the wells. She'll be taking samples other places as well, but to access our supply in Charlotte, she needs our support. So a letter will be drafted and signed by the mayor. So I need a seconder of the motion.
I will. I'm from Charlotte.
Councillor Pelletier.
Also from Videro, yes.
So Councillor Pelletier seconded the motion. All in favor of the motion?
I have a question. She doesn't mention when she talks about she talks about if her commitment financial is approved. Where did she?
It's through research and B.
Oh,
through the
okay, that has
university.
nothing to
to
do
do with us at all.
Thank you.
Nothing.
Thank you.
No.
C'est beau.
So we'll go to the vote. All in favor of the motion, signifying with raise of hands. So the motion is carried unanimously. We already did the appointments to the committees. Is there anything else that anybody wanted to bring forward? We're fine. Okay, so
Je demande l'ajournement de la réunion.
So it's moved, the adjournment is moved. I don't believe we need a seconder. No, so we move that the meeting is adjourned. I would just ask if the press, est-ce que Jean-François, avez-vous des questions? As-tu des questions? Non, t'es correct? Après? We usually do the press first, but he said he'll do it after. So you can come to the mic, please. And the question period, we ask that it be a question. And secondly, that you indicate where from Heron Bay, your name, and where in Heron Bay you reside. Ça fait, si vous avez une question, il faut que ce soit question. Et aussi, il faut indiquer votre nom, puis d'où vous venez dans BDRon. Il faut que vous soyez résident de BDRon. Just to remind everyone that the camera is still running, so if everybody can keep the noise down, and we'll just be patient. Thank you. Merci.
Just a couple of comments. My name is Nicole Robichaud. I live on Tremblay Street, a lifelong resident of Heron Bay. Since most of us probably didn't even know where we situated in which ward, I would request that all biography information be included on an accessible website to include all the responsibilities of all the roles that everybody has with their current contact information. And the second thing, in favor of transparency, I would ask that rather than making a request for documents, that they be attached to the meeting agenda so that they're accessible, just not by request only. My last question or comment is about the climate change project. As I get older, my memory gets shorter, and I believe it was funded, correct me if I'm wrong, for $20,000 for that report. I did participate in the first group. I don't recall seeing notes from the focus groups that were held. And in the report, if we're going to use engagement sessions to move forward and that they be able to be referenced, the engagement notes should include any meetings with community residents. So as we move forward and we look for future funding to protect our whatever we're going to protect, maybe it's our coastlines or whatever climate change activities we hope to do, then we can build on previous reports rather than having to repeat them.
Thank you, Nicole. Do I have anyone else? Yes?
Good evening. My name is Anne Levesque-Noel. I'm a citizen of Heron Bay, Ward 2. It's named Disability Awareness Week, 1 week in June. For me, it's every day because I believe inclusion for all is very important. And this location of this meeting hall is not acceptable anymore. It's outdated. There's people at home trying to listen to the meeting, and that's why I interrupted, and you have to speak in your mics. They need to hear, they need to be part of this meeting as well. Some of them can't make up those stairs, they have wheelchairs. It's very important that you start looking at another place. I would suggest the Archibald Room, so everyone can be included in this municipality. And every day is Disability Awareness Week. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Okay.
Bonjour conseiller, bonjour madame la mairesse. Mon nom c'est Pascal Saunier, je suis résident de Bédéron, j'habite sur la rue Brunswick à Dalhousie. Et j'étais en poste comme directeur des loisirs à la municipalité de Bédéron depuis maintenant 3 ans. Le Récréaplex me tient beaucoup à cœur. Depuis que j'ai été comme superviseur au Récréaplex, on a augmenté les revenus du Récréaplex de 250 000 $ en 3 ans grâce à l'équipe qu'on a là. On a un nombre record de membres au Récréaplex actuellement avec plus de 700 membres, qui est plus que même quand que le moulin était ouvert ici à Dalhousie, pour ceux qui se souviennent. Donc, ma question que je vais poser au conseil ce soir va être très simple parce que je veux aussi, pour le bénéfice du doute de tous les gens qui sont dans la salle, mentionner qu'on s'est rencontrés, que j'ai rencontré le conseil le 5 juin 2026 et que malheureusement, les questions qui ont été soulevées ce soir ont toutes été répondues à cette réunion-là. Donc, je suis très découragé de la décision de ce soir et ma seule question sera, conseil, est-ce que vous avez voté pour accepter 9 000 $ en équipement informatique et avez refusé de voter pour 15 000 $ pour faire le projet total au Récréaplex? So I'll repeat in English. My name is Pascal Saunier. I'm a resident from Heron Bay. I was the director of recreation for the town since it's been 3 years. I took leave of absence of 3 years and a half for a new job. I've put so much effort with the team at the Régulière in the last 3 years. We've brought up the revenue $250,000 in 3 years, which is incredible for a non-for-profit organization. And my only question that I have tonight, and I want to mention to you all that I had a meeting with council on June 5th, and unfortunately the question that they asked tonight, has all been answered at this meeting. So I'm kind of disappointed. I was watching from home. So my only question I have for council tonight is did you actually voted on to spend $9,000 on technology equipment for the council and refused to vote $15,000 for the Recuplex?
I can answer a little something.
Yep.
We didn't refuse anything so far. We just said we needed more time. At the meeting when we spoke together, what we understood was that you had funds that you could access. That's what, if we misunderstood, that's what we want to clarify, but that's what I understood. So that's why we were saying we didn't have to hurry up because we didn't have time to look at our budget yet. So that was our stance, my position for tonight. We didn't refuse anything yet.
Okay. So can I maybe reformuler ma question? Considérant que vous n'étiez pas au courant pour 15 000 si c'était présent dans le budget, comment avez-vous fait pour trouver 9 000 pour de l'équipement technologique?
C'est notre équipement pour notre travail à nous autres.
Parfait.
Ça
C'était
fait.
juste ça ma question.
C'est ça.
C'était budgété. Parce qu'ils savaient qu'il y avait une élection qui s'en venait, puis c'est cette budgété. Mais c'est ça, ils ont des questions, puis je pense que c'est juste important, Pascal, qu'on soit tous sur le même niveau, puis qu'on a les questions. C'est pour pas que plus tard, ils disent, ben, pourquoi vous avez pas questionné? Puis des fois, on est tous nouveaux, là. On a des nouvelles aussi, puis
oui.
Des fois, c'est un petit peu...
je trouve juste ça dommage qu'on a quand même passé 1h30, presque 2 heures ensemble à répondre à toutes ces questions-là. Puis encore là, pour revenir sur la réunion, étant donné que tu en parles, Annie, my understanding aussi, c'est que oui, on avait des fonds nécessaires pour dépanner tout de suite. Ce que ça va faire, si on va de l'avant avec le projet au complet pour le Récréaplex, c'est que ça va épuiser la totale réserve qu'on a de fonds au Récréaplex, qui est un organisme à but non lucratif, fait que je le répète. Donc, à la réunion, justement, M. Pelletier avait proposé de, oui, payer les frais, le Récréaplex paierait les frais tout de suite et que ça pourrait être budgété dans l'année 2027 de la ville, ce qui fonctionnerait. Donc, encore là, pourquoi ça n'a pas été passé ce soir? C'était seulement le Récréaplex a de l'argent, ils peuvent le faire, il n'y a pas de problème. Je trouve ça dommage. C'est un organisme à but non lucratif qui a toujours été supporté par la ville. Et comme je le mentionne, sur un projet, on parle d'un projet de 130 000 qui coûterait 15 000 à la municipalité. Étant donné le travail qu'on a fait, moi puis Liliane, pour aller chercher le 25 d'Envy Power et le 40 de RDC, qui n'est pas confirmé à 100 mais que selon ce qu'on entend, que ça va aller de l'avant, donc on espère. Puis ce 15 000 $-là de la municipalité représente 50 de la balance, donc 15 000 qui serait faite par la municipalité, 15 000 qui serait faite par le Récréaplex, ce qui est vraiment une offre très raisonnable pour la municipalité, pour la plus grosse infrastructure de loisirs qu'on a dans la municipalité.
Mais tu parles, comme ici, là, tu parles, tu parles de, pour tout le projet Inchern, puis ça, l'aréna, ou tu parles juste de Récréaplex?
Pour le Récréaplex,
parce que nous autres, ça dit amount for the Inchern would be 31,160,96 from the town after the rebate. Ça fait, est-ce qu'il y a une possibilité de faire juste Récréaplex? Ça qu'on demandait vraiment, là.
Oui,
ce qu'on peut faire comme...
C'est ça qui avait été mentionné à la rencontre qu'on a eue le 5 juin. Oui, il y a la possibilité de diviser les travaux. La possibilité pour faire le gym seulement pourrait devenir compliqué parce que, comme vous le savez probablement, lorsqu'on parle de 15 000 qui est les deux montants qui seraient financés par la municipalité et par le Récréaplex, si on installe juste 6 machines sans voir 25 d'Envy Power et 40 de RDC, on va probablement tourner aux alentours de 15 000 de toute façon. Donc, c'est toutes des considérations à prendre, évidemment, avant de prendre une décision, sauf qu'il faut mettre les choses en perspective que le Récréaplex est en péril pour l'été. Avec ce qui est, tout de suite, on est chanceux. Probablement que beaucoup de gens m'aimeront pas, mais on est chanceux de la température qu'on a avec la pluie et le temps froid. Mais aussitôt que les températures chaudes vont nous frapper, c'est certain que le gymnase du Récréaplex devra fermer. Ça, c'est aucun doute là-dessus, étant donné que la qualité de l'air sera juste pas adéquate pour recevoir des gens.
C'est exactement ça, parce qu'on savait que c'était urgent pour le gymnase, mais c'est ça, il y avait des questions à faire tout le projet. On pensait que le projet allait fait comme dans des phases, là, parce que là, l'aréna, je ne sais pas si on est prêt à faire l'aréna, ou il y avait des questions de combien qu'on va sauver pour l'énergie, puis des choses de même. Là, c'est ça qu'on se demandait. Là.
Si vous me permettez, là, comme je mentionnais à la rencontre qu'on avait eue, le le plan initial qui avait été approuvé, puis en passant, on a reçu différentes cotations pour le HVAC unit originalement au Récréaplex, qui était le remplacement de l'unité centrale. Donc, les discussions qu'on avait eues avec le conseil précédent étaient qu'on allait de l'avant avec la compagnie qu'on avait sélectionnée, que vous connaissez. Lorsqu'on est venu le moment de regarder à remplacer le HVAC, qui était le système central, on a décidé d'aller vers les mini-splits, étant donné qu'il y avait des coûts qui pouvaient être sauvés au niveau de l'installation. Toutefois, en faisant la bâtisse au complet puis en incluant le in-sharing, la compagnie comme telle nous a mentionné on peut faire aussi l'aréna pour moins cher que ça aurait été de changer seulement le système central du Récréaplex. Donc moi, ce que j'ai fait, je l'ai proposé à la municipalité. L'aréna n'est pas une urgence, on n'a pas besoin de le faire. C'est à long terme de sauver de l'énergie sur l'électricité, étant donné qu'à l'aréna, c'est des gros chauffages électriques. Donc de le remplacer par des mini-splits qui sont cost efficient nous permet de sauver 35%. Donc c'est une opportunité pour la municipalité de le faire. Mais pour le Récréaplex comme tel, cette partie-là, comme je le mentionnais, 89 000 $, donc la moitié de la balance qui resterait après ce qu'on aurait reçu de NB Power et de RDC serait de 15 636,91 $.
Puis est-ce que RDC est prêt à payer? Comment est-ce qu'on a les fonds? Comme tu dis.
On n'a pas eu la confirmation, Mme Clerc.
Encore?
Non.
OK.
No, it's not confirmed yet. No.
Do you have questions for Pascal? Did you?
Well, it was the same question I asked Lillian a while ago, that we didn't have the funding, so you can't assume that, I mean, there's probably a good chance that we get it, but.
Absolument. I agree with that. Maybe that we could, I'm not here to tell you what to do, but at least to get a resolution that conditional to if RDC agreed to pay the 40%, that the town will pay the half of the balance with the Récréaplex. So that way we'd have a step forward as soon as we get that confirmation that should come anytime soon, hopefully, that we could go ahead. And again, to answer one of the questions during the meeting, the time to get the order in is about 3 weeks to get the material in.
So just that everybody can hear, so I say to you, is there any way we can get the 4 heat pumps for the gym ASAP so you can get going with that and we can look at the rest after? Is there something you could call McIntyre and work out with, do you think?
Yes, probably, but at the end it's gonna mess up the application that we did for funding. So we'll probably have to resubmit to NB Power. We'll have to resubmit again to RDC because we already have 4 units installed.
Could you give McIntyre's a call in the morning, ask them if it's possible that they could work something out with you to do that and see if they can bypass that?
Yes, I'll see if a company of refrigeration can bypass RDC. Yeah. All right. If that's the council wish.
We realize it is urgent. We do.
It is quite. And for the records, again, that was supposed to be voted at the meeting in February. So, yes, we're in a rush.
Councillor Pelletier,
Je crois qu'on n'a pas refusé. Je crois qu'on s'est assis puis on a décidé qu'on allait sérieusement y regarder à nos chiffres et puis s'assurer qu'on allait avoir les fonds de RDC. Et puis à ce moment-là, si vous n'avez pas dépensé quoi que ce soit avant, c'est sûr que je crois que le conseil est en faveur, mais pas aujourd'hui.
C'est bien, merci.
Merci, Pascal.
I just want to.
The only thing is the meeting is been adjourned, so nothing is binding after the meeting is adjourned. We can discuss, but we can't hold ourselves to any commitment after the meeting is adjourned. So you can go ahead, Councillor Tremblay.
I'm just going to add on. Pascal mentioned that we just spent $9,000 or whatever for a laptop, but I would like to remind we didn't spend, we invested because it was une chose qui était nécessaire. And what we have in our hand this evening, This is for if we don't go the route with the laptop, it's gonna cost the town for 1 year almost $15,000 in paper. And we're investing 9,000. And I don't agree with you, we are spending your money. Yes, we try to spend the money equally and honestly and more openly. That's my comment.
So what we will do is we will have a special meeting. We'll hold a special meeting to finalize the Recuerplex situation. Any more questions? No? I'd like to, well, there's no more hockey, so nobody's rushing home for that, nor baseball, so. Just want to say that we'll be around if anybody like to come and we'll mingle with you. And but I'm not sure, Jean-François, avais-tu des questions? On était correct? C'est beau? Okay, so let's, thank you once again for all coming to the meeting, and hopefully we'll see you again.
Gail, I forgot something. It's Gail Hayden's birthday today.
We should have sang her happy birthday. Gail Hayden. Gail Hayden.
Gail Hayden.
And after all this time, it was a pleasure to sit here and have an open meeting like this.
I hope
Everybody here is leaving here tonight with the information that we needed.
Hey, Sherman.
It'll be better.